So the other day there was this really great comment from one of you guys on my video about the rally with Big Bear AI and if it's over. But I can't even find it anywhere. I can't find it like anywhere. I don't know where it is, bruh. Ah, I found it. Okay, Paul Kozar says startups are always risky. By the time financials are good, the share price will be in the $300 to $400 range. If you dollar cost average, you'll be fine. The downside risk is minimal. Future prospects are bright. I love it. And then he has another comment that says, no, accumulate. There's other comments on this exact stock from you guys that says, sell immediately. Greetings from Australia. Hey, Ronald. Greetings back to Australia. And I hope you're having a great day. But outside of that, someone else says, BBAI is burning cash and will not be profitable. A better investment is Soundhound, even Archer Aviation, with its no revenue banking on their drone transportation, may hand better compensation upside than BBAI. Guys, I need to share with you guys some things because we just did an analysis about how it potentially could continue up. It's up 16% today, and that's after kind of validating this support that is uptrending. And I want to go into it with you guys. Let's get into it. Hopefully you enjoy. We kind of map this out a little bit if I show all the drawings. Very simply put, if I drop this down to like a 1 hour, and you can kind of see we're looking at this kind of support here. And I was a little off. I said, hey, right here, if it continues down, this might be done for Big Bear AI. But if it continues up and it bounces, then we could see it maybe even continue to bull upwards from this $3 price point. So what we saw here was that it was ascending upwards. We saw it go up to $4.50. All the way back down from there, it went down to $2.40 before bouncing, and now we see it push up today what was 47 cents. So basically it went up from $2.50 up to $3, and now we're at $3, and it's looking pretty volatile. I mean, it just pushed up above this EMA. It's starting to test that 200-day moving average again, which if it breaks above could be really the catalyst to keep it going on the technical side. Over here on the EMA, you can see when it's holding above that EMA, it does well. When it breaks below, it really gets rejected. That blue line gets rejected by the EMA. We just saw it push above the EMA. Now it's looking a little oversold on or overbought on the RSI and the MACD. And it's facing resistance right here that it kind of got rejected at the moving average. So what we oftentimes see is that moving average acts as a support. You can see that green line. It stays when it breaks above. So it was acting as a resistance here, broke above momentarily, but once it broke above here, it's holding above that EMA. But I'm talking about this moving average. It's bouncing at the green line. It's bouncing right there again. It bounced all the way, and then it recently crossed below. And now we're seeing it retest. If it breaks above, then that's something that could really indicate that we're going to continue to see Big Bear AI continue this upward direction. If it does really continue this outlandish trend that we're seeing here, it's going to be about 50% increase, or it could be more than that. But we'll have to see what that looks like. Outside of the technicals, there's three things we look at, right? The technicals, the news, the fundamentals, right? The second thing. And then the third thing is that we're in the right market. So we're in the right market. We're in AI. Okay, that's important. So I love that we're in AI. The technicals at this moment, just based on what we see, it actually looks bullish. It's actually kind of staying true to this uptrend. Outside of that, the news and what we've seen with the company, the financials, they've looked okay. They've been kind of in debt. They've been not making as much as they are spending. The parking lot was empty. You guys were cracking me up actually when we were doing that analysis, and we were looking at the parking lot of their company to see how many people they have. And I'm always a skeptic when it comes to companies like Big Bear AI, specifically when you see them do things like this, when you see them pump. And we're not, going to risk a ton of our. We even see it do this and sell off and start to push back up and look bullish and then continue to sell off. These are pumps that we've seen happen with the stock. So, outside of those things, you got to say, hey, is that what's happening here? And then on top of that, you had all of the like executives basically sell right on. I don't know if we could find it really. I don't know. I found it somewhere, but basically most of the executives sold right basically at the top about a week ago. And so I think maybe we can do share sales, and you might be able to see insider sell-off. So this was 3 days ago. Big Bear AI faces the double whammy: insider sell-offs and stock slumps. So corporate insider sales appear to be at the heart of this downturn. You had the chief accounting officer offload 18,000 shares. That's 3 million. And this is a small cap stock. Mind you guys, this is like under $1 billion stock. You had another BBAI holding execute sales of 13.1 million. And so, and it wasn't just them. There's other executives. Sean Ricker, 18,000 shares. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there was more than just one executive. And then we were looking at the parking lot and everything else. Okay. But outside of that, we did. There was one before I get to the thing that might be good, which actually it's just their airports scanning activity that I've literally used. I've gone through Miami International Airport. I went through Denver International Airport. I went through a few airports. Apparently they're working with Heathrow, where they scan your face and it makes it easy for you. The AI does the work and lets you go through security, and I love that. I think it's great, and I honestly really like that tech. Apparently they signed a Air Force contract. They got a Army contract. There's targets here. Soundhound versus Big Bear AI that say $20 for 2025. But what I was going to say, and this is again speculative on my part, but I always like to, guys, I'm a smart guy when it comes to identifying these companies that might be not legit. This company's been around a while. I think it's legit. I mean, I've seen the technology. It's quite good. The thing that you have to say, and again, I'm being a skeptic. Like, take this with caution, of course. And I'm even holding some shares of Big Bear AI. When you find a site, and this is not really based on anything other than speculation, but if I was to want to get a lot of investors, I would go over to my careers of my company and I'd say, put up 1 million different careers, put up a ton so that it looks like we're really growing. And so I was just looking at the careers here. I don't know if we could find, I mean, I'm join our growing team. I think maybe it's over here. But this is a small company. They're 500 to $700 million company. And I'm looking, and they have so many positions. This is page 1 of 83. Is that right? Okay, 83. Yeah, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer. I mean, and look, that's okay. Maybe, I'm just being a skeptic. But to me, it's like, that's a lot of software engineer hiring. Like, this is a lot of positions. Look at all the positions. And it's like, okay. And it's, for me, I could be totally wrong. And I'm saying, I'm being pessimistic. All I'm saying is that I like to look at these things and I'm thinking, this is a small company, but this is a lot of software engineer positions. And I get they're an AI company. Is that normal to see that many open positions that they're hiring for? I mean, and maybe I'm not getting my point across right. I'm just saying that if you wanted to appear to be a company that was growing, you would want to show on your site that you're hiring a lot so that people look at a company and say, wow, I'm so optimistic. Look how many people they're hiring. And so I'm just skeptical of that indicator. And you got to think, are these truly all positions they're trying to fill? Because if so, they got to have a ton of HR. They probably got I mean, who has the time to be interviewing this many people? The reason I'm skeptical is because of these pumps and because of the insiders selling at the peak. I think the insiders literally sold on this day. So when you see that, it's skeptical. I like the tech. I'd like to know more. I'd like to see more content from the company. The latest content I could find is an interview from the CEO that was like a year ago. And it's like I'd like to like maybe get a little bit of a deeper dive. I can look on their investors, a lot of investor stuff on there. Here, you can look on their solutions. You go to their contact page, has these pumps that is operating at a net loss, and then I mean you're buying the future by buying the company. That's all I'll say. You're buying what could be, which is something, you could look at Tesla, you could look at Nvidia, you can look at um, Palantir, and you could say that most of the valuation is buying what could be. I mean, it's almost always reflected not that that's the true value of the company, but it's valued based on what things will be like if the company accomplishes what it is that they're working towards. And so I get that. And so I could say the same thing here, and it's like what it is that they accomplish. And I see a lot of their solutions. I was looking a little bit more for the goals. I see what they do. I see how they do it. Be cool to kind of see some of the goals as well for what they plan, what they'd like to do. But it seems like they're being trusted by governments. They're working with military. They're working with airports. They got some good things happening for them. Gosh, I'm not trying to sound like a pessimist in this video. You guys know I don't even have a negative. I don't have a negative outlook on these things, but especially when I'm a holder. But there was just some things that were kind of sketching me out about the company at this point. So I feel like really good looking at Rocket Lab. I'm like, I feel like this is such a pure play. They have satellites already in the sky. They're starting to make more money. They're competing with a 200 or 300 billion dollar SpaceX, and they're only worth 11 billion their stock, or less than 10 billion. And I see that and I'm like, oh, I like that. Same thing with Tesla. Same thing with AMD, partnered with Starlink. You got Micron Technology. You got Palantir. It's doing some cool things. So anyway, guys, I'll keep you guys updated on the position here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's been a longer video. Again, if you guys want to watch me trade live, see me catch these moves like I caught with Rocket Lab today, or our stock mates that are doing amazing investing. I just got a message recently from a stockmate that told me that he had gone through half of the lessons, because it's about like a full A to Z library. So there's all the fundamentals, technicals, stocks, how do you invest and how do you trade, but also the different types of investments that you make, the longer term plays, the shorter term plays. And he was telling me he was about halfway through, or a little bit less than halfway through in the first week and a half, and that just in the 2 weeks that he started, he had made 10% the first week, and then this past week he was up like 4%. And he just sent me this message. He said, hey, I'm really enjoying it. I'm liking the lives, and I'm liking this, and it's working for me. We just launched Stockmate. I've been getting really good returns, my personal portfolio, but obviously the biggest thing is like, can we get Stockmates results, and can I get you guys in a position where you're making more money than you would make had you not joined Stockmate. And so at the end of the day, it comes down to being in the right markets, like the quantum computing, like the AI, like the semiconductor industries that are growing fast in the tech space, and then doing the right analysis, the right three-step framework for analyzing these assets, and then number three, being able to put together that profit plan to execute on it and have your entry and your investments in the right direction. So you have the whole criteria met, and you're taking your trades and investing with a plan. And if you do all three of those things that we lay out for you, there's that will make all of the difference.